This art walk will be a lot of fun. This is a great space that the Hogan. It's kind of almost a loft area, and that's a really good spot for the show. I'm only doing one board this time. I pretty much stuck to that. I've got the concept I'm going for is a little bit. It'll be a little bit detailed, so it's going to take me a little while to get it all done. And I feel like in the time constraint I've got with all the other projects I'm working on right now, one board would probably be more than enough work for me. I actually really like designing on a skateboard deck. I think it actually lends itself, I don't know, to just really interesting graphics because it's an extreme space. It's either a complete vertical or a complete horizontal, or portrait or landscape, as we like to call it in the design world. But anyway, it's just a great. You can come up with a very dynamic piece from it, and you can use harsh perspective. You can be very one-dimensional. You can just do a lot with it. A lot of my aesthetic is based off of retro graphics in World War II, and that's kind of something that I have a clothing company my brothers and I do together called House of Kilroy, and it's got a very, I guess, World War II military theme to it throughout. And every aesthetic or every graphic we come up with has a story behind it that kind of correlates with the war. And
hopefully it's going to look interesting when I'm done with it. It's good.
I was watching some documentaries on the Pacific Theater a little bit more and doing a little more research on that. And that's where this board is coming into play. And it's something that I haven't really dealt a whole lot with the Pacific side of World War II, but I've been able to do research and see all the different battles. And it was I've got 20 or so battles that I'm portraying on the board, all in chronological order, and they're all going to be done graphically and through type, hand drawn type on the board, kind of just down as a list pretty much. But yeah, it's just I think it'll be a cool aesthetic, and I'm excited to see how it comes out. Hopefully, it comes out good.
I have to be really careful. If it looks good enough without it, I might just go like, eh.
I enjoy looking at everybody else's and seeing how out of the box people can get with it, because that's the biggest thing that I've noticed is my take on dealing with that space. It's so much different than everyone else's, and I think that really makes it for an interesting show, and makes it for for me at least it's an inspiring thing to see, and then it kind of almost gives you the next time around a different perspective on it, and maybe you approach the project differently the next time you try it. A lot of times here in Jacksonville, you've got random shows here and there, but just to know there's one show every month that if you kind of step out of your way and if you have some new work, you can always show in it. And shows like this coming up on Wednesday, just having that just having a goal to look forward to, or just having something to work towards is great, because life happens. You've got your jobs. We all work, and I get stuck in my creative ruts, and Artwalk kind of helps me kind of, I guess, reconnect with the art side of what I do. And we're not exactly thought of as an artistic hub here in Jacksonville, but it's slowly becoming that. And I think it's been really neat for me to see. I've been here about 6 years, and just seeing it, I guess, progress throughout the years. It's been great. Just the awareness, and people are actually becoming more cultured from it, and I think that's very important. It's been fun to see.